Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. As always, if you're finding the channel for the very first time, be sure to go ahead and click on that subscribe button. So it's been reported a couple days ago that Dark Phoenix is in fact a bigger flop than Fantastic Four, the one with Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, a lot of people don't like that movie at all. I mean, they turned Doctor Doom into a garbage pail kid. And it's being reported by several websites like Forbes and Deadline and all these websites that Dark Phoenix actually flopped worse than Fantastic, and that's not good. Now, it's getting ready to end its theatrical run, and it didn't make enough money. Now, it made more money than Fantastic, but the problem was it cost more money to make, because remember, they had those major reshoots that they had to go back and completely reshoot the third act of the film, and that cost a lot of money. Now, I'm trying to find the numbers here where they actually go in and talk about it. So it says right here that Dark Phoenix has larger numbers overall, but again, it costs a lot more. Like I said, it costs a lot more to make compared to Fantastic. So it's more of a loss. Dark Phoenix has made under $65 million domestically. That's not good for here in the United States. And about 182 overseas so far, for a current total of 246. So right now, worldwide, it's only at 246 million, which wouldn't be such a bad number, because a lot of people are like normally, like, if you make 246 million, that's a good number, right? That's a good number. But you take into account that, one, it's an X-Men film. It should have done way better. Two, it's a superhero film, and superhero films make a lot more money nowadays. And then especially when you have smaller movies like Shazam that made like 100 million more than that, it's just not good. And unfortunately, that's sort of what happens. And the movie's not even that bad, guys. That's the thing. The movie is not even that bad. I enjoyed it a lot. I went and saw it twice. I enjoyed it a lot. Is it by far the best X-Men movie ever? No. But the problem was, I think there was a lot of bad word of mouth. People think they know everything, go, oh yeah, I heard there's a lot of shoots behind this movie, and there's problems and reshoots and all this, and then they tell their friends. And I talked to a bunch of people that watch superhero films at my day job. I'm like, hey, did you see Dark Phoenix? No, I heard it sucked. I'm like, well, maybe you should go watch it for yourself. Because when I went to go see the movie, I thought it was going to suck, and I ended up really liking the movie. So before people, go out there and like automatically assume it sucks, give it a watch for yourself. Now, Fantastic Four, I believe that it says right here, like Fantastic Four, Dark Phoenix made most of its money international box office. That's pretty standard for major movies these days. Fantastic Four made $561 million domestically, whereas Dark Phoenix made 65. So, about 9 to 10 million more than Fantastic, and Fantastic made 111.8 overseas. So you can see where Dark Phoenix made a lot more money total. But the problem was it cost so much to make. You had a first-time director with Simon Kinberg, who never directed a major film before, wrote a lot of stuff. Like, chances are, if you love something, Kinberg either produced or wrote it, whether it be Star Wars Rebels, some of the X-Men movies, TV series. Kinberg is involved somehow. But he wanted to direct this film because last time Brett Ratner kind of fucked up with The Last Stand, which Kinberg wrote. So he wanted to direct it to make sure it was done right. Like I said, I personally like the movie a lot. Is it my top 10 favorite movies of the year? Absolutely not. Nor is it in my favorite top 3 or 4 or even 5 X-Men films. But I think it's a movie that got bad word of mouth from a lot of people, and it doesn't really warrant that bad word of mouth. I mean, it's not Hellboy bad, but people, you know how that word of mouth goes around, and unfortunately, it just suffers. And another thing that really, caused it to go down was the fact that everybody knew Disney acquired Fox. So everybody's just waiting for the Fox or the Disney X-Men to show up. So there was no point going to see this movie if there was not going to get any resolution with these characters, even though I think Dark Phoenix did a great resolution. I think it's a great finale to end the X-Men franchise. And people just didn't care. They're waiting for the MCU's version of X-Men. And as a longtime Spider-Man fan who went, through the roller coaster of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, just to let you guys know, the MCU versions aren't always better. I'm just telling you like that. Like there might be a coming time where you get the MCU's X-Men and you look back and be like, you know what? I really miss, the X-Men from the old, First Class days, or back when Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman were running things. I miss those X-Men. I'm just saying that it might not happen, but it's plausible. I look back and I look at Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I'm like, well, they feel more like Spider-Man than what the MCU has done, where they really reinvented the character and made him more modern, and they changed a lot of the characters' names. So if you're upset with the X-Men now, there may be a time, 10 years from now, you look back and be like, I really miss those X-Men, much like I miss Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So anyway, long story short, it wasn't very short because I talked for a while, but Dark Phoenix has bombed horribly at the box office. Brought in $241 million worldwide, but when your budget's $200 million and then your marketing on top of that, this movie lost the studio a lot of money. I can't wait to see what those official numbers are and exactly how much it lost. We're probably gonna have to wait another month or two before that happens. I remember when Justice League bombed. It was almost a year until they released official numbers telling us that how much they studio lost on Justice League. And I can only imagine how much the studio lost on this one. Because you had to triple that budget to make to break even. So if it cost $200 million, it had to make about $600 million to break even. So this studio probably took a huge loss on this movie. But anyway, guys, I wonder what you guys think. Did you go see Dark Phoenix? How did you feel about the movie? Do you like it better than Fan4stick? Be sure to leave those comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.